Boinky bounces along the golden path of Rainbow Village, his antennas vibrating with every rhythmic leap. He clutches a heavy polished trophy against his chest, the sunlight glinting off its surface. The finish line of the Great Rainbow Race looms ahead, just a few hundred yards away, teasing him with the promise of glory. Boinky checks his wristwatch, his eyes widening in a flash of panic. 5 minutes left! I have trained for months for this moment, he cries out. He accelerates, his feet barely touching the glowing ground as he becomes a blur of speed. The wind whistles past his ears, and the scent of victory is finally within his reach. Nothing can stop him now. Suddenly, Boinky skids to a sharp halt, dust swirling around his ankles. A tiny blue creature named Pip sits on a jagged rock, her small shoulders shaking with heavy sobs. Her bag lies shredded on the dirt, and her precious belongings, a compass, a map, and a silver locket, are scattered across the path like forgotten dreams. Boinky looks at the finish line, then back at the weeping stranger. He grips his trophy tighter, his knuckles turning white from the tension. He hesitates, his feet shifting restlessly in the dust. The race is everything, he mutters to himself, but his gaze remains fixed on Pip's sadness. He realizes he cannot simply run away from someone in pain. With a heavy sigh, he drops his trophy into the grass. Boinky walks toward the rock and kneels, his shadow falling gently over the scattered items. I am Boinky, he says softly, reaching for the torn bag. Let me help you. Pip looks up, her eyes wide and wet with tears. I am Pip. My bag ripped, and everyone just ran past me, she whispers. Boinky says nothing, letting his actions speak for him. He picks up the locket, wipes the dirt off with his sleeve, and begins stitching the fabric of the bag with a spare vine he finds nearby. He works with steady, focused movements, ignoring the distant sounds of the race. Pip watches him, her sobbing, slowing to a rhythmic hiccup. You are missing the race, she whispers in awe. Boinky ties a firm knot and hands the repaired bag back to her. A trophy is just metal, he replies, but a friend in need is a priority. A loud roar of applause echoes from the distance. The race has ended, and the sound of cheering fades into a quiet hum. Pip stares at the ground, her face flushing with guilt. I ruined your chance to win, she says. Boinky reaches into the grass, retrieves his trophy, and presses it into Pip's hands. Keep it, he says. Your smile is worth more than any race. Suddenly, a golden light engulfs the path. The village elder appears, her form shimmering like sunlight on water. Boinky, the elder speaks, her voice resonant and deep. We watched from the finish line. You chose kindness over glory. She touches Boinky's chest, leaving behind a glowing, pulsing star. The villagers emerge from the trees, clapping and cheering for a different kind of champion. Boinky and Pip stand together, bathed in celestial light. They walk back toward the village, their steps perfectly synchronized. Boinky looks directly at the viewer, his expression calm and sincere. Kindness is never a waste of time, he says. It always finds its way back. Pip waves a bright grin on her face. And that is how I found my best friend. As the sun sets, painting the sky in shades of violet and orange, Boinky and Pip leap into the air, their silhouettes dancing against the fading light.